I'm Miss, and in this video I'm going to explain these bomb thingies we have during the fight against Mr. Strahd in Ravenloft Epic Dungeon. So just to tell you, this whole dungeon has a lot of mechanics and I'm not going to explain them here. We are just focusing on bombs right now. Okay. The first time we actually see these bombs is in Barovia. If we look at its campaign, after Tome of Strahd, I think, you get a quest that leads you to Castle Ravenloft, and I don't mean its dungeon, but Castle Ravenloft itself in Barovia. Then we meet Sunsword and have a private, friendly talk with Strahd. These are the bombs I'm talking about. And the next time we see one is in the actual dungeon on the bridge. Okay, now you know what bombs I'm talking about, right? So, here we are in Castle Ravenloft, third and final boss. Strahd just welcomed us and we're going to group up here. And you don't really need to group up exactly here, but any similar place is also fine. Let's take a look at the room first. You see two pillars are closer to each other and the next one is away. That's where you need to stack up. So this one is fine. Not fine. This one. So I think I'm making sense right now. And the reason for that is because right now you see we're staying here. Okay? We take the damage of just one bomb. If we stay here, we have double stack, and nobody can survive that. At least not DPS and healer. These bombs have some patterns, and by staying there, we are just taking damage of one bomb from just one pattern. So if we have other patterns, we are not taking any damage at all. So I think that's a good idea, right? And the healer is there with us, so we can be healed immediately. I have seen some groups trying to run around and position themselves according to those flames and bombs. That can work, but if everybody knows what they're doing. But in that case, healer cannot really heal you if you take damage because everybody's running around. And then also we have another problem. In every phase, Strahd randomly grabs one of the party members and he sucks their blood till they're dead. We cannot let that happen, right? So we have to kill Strahd as fast as possible, and if party members are separated from each other, then somebody's grabbed and nobody's there to help them. So that's also another reason why we're stacking up. Okay, so we enter the room, we find a suitable place, we stack up there, we take the damage of just one bomb, healer will heal us. So it seems like you don't really need to know anything about those bombs, but no, that's not correct. This was the first phase. In the second phase, one of our party members randomly is grabbed and teleported to somewhere else. We have to kill those 4 minions that look like our characters to be able to free that party member who is teleported. Okay, so we have to run around the room and kill those 4 minions. So in the meantime, you have to actually look for those flames and bombs and avoid them because maybe healer is grabbed. So there's nobody to heal you, so you should see those bombs and be able to avoid them. They do have a pattern. It's not like they're random regenerated, but you don't really need to memorize their pattern because you can predict that. When it's going to explode, it's so fast that you cannot dodge that. But before they actually explode and you see that red zone around it, you see the flame first. Do you see these flames? This is going to explode in some seconds, so you shouldn't stay there. Flame, so safe here. This is how you can predict where is going to explode and where you should not be staying. There are some patterns. The first one, flames are all in the center, so everywhere else is fine. The next one, flames are on the outer edge, so center is fine. And that's the one that we take damage. But for example, it's second phase and you're trying to avoid it. If you couldn't reach center, then just hug one flame, because if you try to avoid it a little bit, that is worse because you'll get double stack. So just hug one flame, at least you're taking damage of just one and you're not going to die like that. The third pattern, there is just one flame in front of these places. These are where we're not standing, right? So so in total there are just 4 flames in the room. The next pattern is like this one, but we also have a flame in the center. There is also another pattern that looks like this one, but there is also a flame in the center, so center is not safe. And instead of center, in front of one of these pillars, there is no flame. But we don't usually do that. We just stack up and take the damage of just that one bomb. So in general, we are not moving around. Even in the second phase that we have to move and kill those 4 minions. After that, we again stack up in the corner. Also, the very last phase that we have to go to the center and make a shield with some sword. After that phase, again we go to our place and fight Strahd there. It may sound difficult at first because you may not notice those flames fast enough, but after running it a couple of times it's gonna be so easy, so don't worry about it. And that is all. I hope this video helped you, and see you later.